guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today I have a moving out Q&A for you guys because as you guys know, I think by the time you're watching this I will have officially moved out. So first I'm just going to give you the basic information about what I'm doing, then I'm going to explain my moving situation, and then I'll answer any other questions that you guys had. I asked you guys which questions you had, I've written them down and I'm ready to answer them for you all today. So I am moving out on the 6th of March, which is probably when this video may go up. I'm not exactly too sure. I'm filming this on the Sunday, so currently I'm moving out in 2 days. I've spent the day packing and it's like a lot of things to do in the next 2 days. So I graduated last year from school. I'm fresh out of high school and I've just had my first week at university, so that is like my current life at the moment. So my moving situation. Basically, I've always wanted to move out as soon as I graduate. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. It's just a normal thing in my family. So as soon as I graduated, I started looking for places. Firstly, I found a friend that I was going to move out with and we were looking at places, we were doing inspections, we were doing all that sort of stuff. I didn't tell you guys about it because it was very like early stages and I didn't want to tell you guys in case something happened, and something did happen. She decided she didn't want to move out at that point, so that was completely fine, but it meant that I couldn't move out because I can't afford to live. It's a lot cheaper to move in with other people and split the rent. So she decided she didn't want to move out, which was totally fine, and so then I started looking at other places. And then I came across a house that looked pretty good. It was kind of like a friend of a friend, so I like kind of knew the people living there, kind of like didn't. It kind of looked like a good situation, but when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, it's not really in the area I want. And it was with some guys who were really, really lovely guys, but I just don't want to move in with guys. I just want to move in with girls because I would feel more comfortable that way. So I said no to that one. And it was just an idea anyway. It wasn't really a serious. I'd already like started doing contracts or anything, like it was just an idea. Then I was going to move into another house, which is when I started vlogging. So when I announced that I was moving out, I started vlogging, and the house that I showed in my first moving out vlog was the house that I'm talking about now. So the third house that I looked at, and I thought I was going to move in there. I got everything sorted, I started buying stuff, like everything was starting to fall into place and it was getting closer. And then there were 2 girls living at that house. They decided that they didn't actually want anyone moving in at that moment because they needed to sort out some other things first, which is totally fine. And I'm still fine with those girls as well. Like, it's totally fine. It was just they weren't ready for someone to move in and I was ready to move out. So rather than wait around until they were ready, I decided to start looking at other places. So although I thought I was going to move into that house and I started vlogging and all of that footage from that house, which wasn't really much, it was like a few clips in one vlog, was from that house, that kind of fell through and I'm not moving to that house. Then I kept looking and I found a place online and it's a share house. So that means that the house is owned by a landlord and she just rents out the rooms of the house, and the house that I'm specifically looking at is a 2-bedroom place. There is one other girl living there and then I'll be moving in. So now it is Sunday, I move out in 2 days, I'm moving into this share house with this other girl. So the house that I'm actually moving into is pretty much the 4th house that I planned to move into. A lot of things fell through and it was such a frustrating situation and process, and there's still things that I'm trying to figure out and get sorted, but I finally found a place, so it's okay. So now I will answer all the other questions that you guys had. A lot of people are asking why I am moving. I just want to, basically. I have always known that I would move out after school finished. My mum moved out when she was 16. My big brother moved out a couple of months after he finished high school. It's just kind of the normal thing in my family. I know with a lot of other families, their kids will stay there a lot longer and they'll live at home a lot longer, but in my family, it's just kind of the normal thing to move out when you finish high school. I'm a very independent person and I really want to have that kind of ultimate independence, I guess, and I really just want to experience moving out, and I think I'll just be a lot more comfortable and happy living on my own and just kind of having the freedom to really choose everything that's going on in my life. A lot of you guys wanted to know who I'm moving out with, and I don't really know. I know that I'm moving out with this other girl, obviously. I know that she is a little bit older than me, but I don't actually know her. A lot of you guys might think that's a really big risk, not knowing the person you're moving in with, and it definitely is, but I just want to experience life. And I have learned in the last couple of months that if you really want to like step out and experience things, you kind of have to take risks sometimes. So this might work, it might not, but you know, at the end of the day, it's going to teach me something. So I don't really know the person I'm moving out with, but I'm sure I will get to know them. But although we are living together, we will be doing everything very separately. So eating our separate meals that we separately cook, we will be doing our own dishes, our own washing of clothes. You know, everything is quite separate. I'll be out a lot of the time. I'm sure she'll be out a lot of the time. I'm pretty sure she works a lot, so I don't even know how much I'll see her. A lot of people are also asking, why am I buying so much stuff if I'm moving in with other people? Like I said, I'm moving into a share house, so although I will be living with other people, everything will be quite separate, as I just mentioned before. We have our own separate parts of the bathroom, our own drawers to put our own stuff in the bathroom, our own cupboards. Obviously we will share the living room, share the kitchen, share the bathroom and stuff, but I have my own cupboards and my own drawers and my own storage space in the kitchen. We will just kind of halve the fridge, like everything is very, very separate. So I need to have all of my own cooking utensils and all of my own pots and pans and all of my own things because I will be cooking my own separate meals. The other girl will be cooking all of her separate meals. I need to have all of my own bathroom stuff because I will be looking after my part of the bathroom. She'll be looking after her part of the bathroom. I need to have all my own cleaning stuff because the same thing, like everything, although it's the same house, it is very separate still. So that is why I'm buying so much stuff. How did your parents react when you told them you wanted to move out? So my parents have basically known that I was going to move out when I graduated high school, since that's what my brother did, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of expected. So I think they've always known, and I've talked about it for years, but I think my mum is quite sad. My mum and I are like best friends, so I'm very sad that I won't be able to see her every single day, but I will still see her a lot. I'm not moving that far away from home. I can always drive home for dinners and drive home to just catch up with her, or drive and meet her at work and have lunch with her. Like, it's not that far. Like, it's a decent drive, but not too far. I'm not moving too far from home. How did you financially prepare to move out? Basically, I worked a lot and saved a lot. Personally, I'm not getting help from my parents. They're not paying for my rent. They're not paying for my bills. I am paying for everything. I paid for all of the kitchen equipment that I bought, all of the furniture that I will buy, all of the kitchen appliances that I will be buying and have bought. Everything is up to me. But since I have always known that I wanted to move out, I've been saving for years. But yeah, I've just worked a part-time job since I was 14 years old, so I've been able to afford these things by saving my money. I always have been really determined, and I am still really determined to do this by myself without the help of my parents financially. So I've just worked and saved. And also, before I actually even started looking at places, I worked out a budget. So I worked out how much money that everything would cost me. So I pay for my own car insurance, petrol, I would have to pay for groceries, for my phone bill, for internet, for rent obviously, water bills, electricity bills. I worked out a rough estimate as to how much that would cost me each week, and then I worked out how many hours per week I would have to work to accomplish that. I worked out that that was pretty reasonable, that I could do that, and so then I started looking for places within the price range that I had worked out. So I did all of that before I even started looking at places, because there was no way I was going to move out and then realize I couldn't afford it. What is the hardest part about moving out? There are quite a few difficult things, as you could imagine, I'm sure, but basically everything is up to me. So paying my bills, paying my rent on time, packing everything, like all of the packing that I've had to do, like I've packed up my entire room and everything, I've done that all by myself, working out how I can get furniture from this house to the next, like everything is up to me, and a lot of things cost a lot of money. Financially it's difficult obviously because I'm a uni student. I don't have a huge income, but I do make the most of what I do get, and I do work very hard, but it does mean that I can't skip a shift, or I can't just not feel like going to a shift. Like I have to work those certain hours every week to make sure I can pay my rent, buy my food, pay my bills, all that sort of stuff. So I really don't get to go shopping very much anymore. I haven't bought new clothes or new makeup for quite a long time. If I have, it's probably because it was like a gift card or something, but literally every bit of money that I spend, I kind of watch and I budget, and so it's difficult in that sense because it's not as free and as easy as it used to be, but it's definitely worth it. And that's just life. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to budget, but you're gonna have to work that out sometime, so why not do it when I'm young anyway? What is the best part about moving out? Probably just that everything is up to me. I know I mentioned that as one of the worst things, but like it kind of goes hand in hand. So yes, I have to worry about bills and rent and everything like that, but I also get to choose my own plates and cups and bowls and my own towels, and I get to look after my own house and invite my friends over and make them dinner, and like that just makes me so excited, and I just get to live my life however I want to live it. And I'm not saying like, yeah, I'm gonna party every night, yeah, I'm gonna like go crazy. Like, it's not like that. It's just, this is my life now and I get to live it however I want to live it. So that's just really awesome to me, and I'm really, really excited about it. My neighbor is starting to mow his lawn, so I'm gonna finish off this video now, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any more questions that I didn't answer, I'm so sorry. Leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. But get keen for the moving out vlogs. I know I've already done a few, but I mean like actually like moving in to a new house. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.